Hello, this is Samir for thinkdigit.com, and today we're going to take a look at the Samsung Galaxy Note 800, which is Samsung's 10.1-inch tablet which also boasts of the S Pen facility on it. Let's start with the hardware and build of the device. As you can see, the face of the device has a 10.1-inch screen with a resolution of 1280 by 800. At the bottom you have the Samsung proprietary dock connector which can be used for charging as well as connecting to your PC for data transfer. The rear of the device houses the 5 megapixel camera with the LED flash, and the front has a camera for video calling. At the top of the device you have the on-off sleep-wake button, the volume rocker, a micro SD card slot, SIM card slot and the IR beam. Most of the tablets usually have the speakers at the base or the side or the rear of the device. On the Samsung Galaxy Note 800 we have the speakers in the front of the device right here. It's a nice addition as the audio is right there and won't get muffled if you hold your hand over the speakers as we've seen on other devices. The first thing that you will notice when you hold the Samsung Galaxy Note 800 in your hand is that it is really light. The weight is under 600 grams. The trade-off here is that the rear of the device is really plasticky and feels lackluster in its build. It's a trade-off for the weight, but when you hold the device, it is really comfortable despite the plasticky back. If you have seen the Asus Transformer Prime or the 3rd generation iPad, their build quality is far superior when compared to the Note 800. The Note 800, however, is still quite a good looking device. Like we've said, the display on the Galaxy Note 800 is really vibrant and is very good. It has very good viewing angles, and if you're browsing the web or reading text, you can zoom in. The text looks very crisp, very clear. No matter how far you hold the tablet for the viewing angles, it is going to look good. The display on the tablet is very good for watching videos as well. Since the speakers are in front, the audio comes directly at you, which keeps it good as well. Here's a demo video for you. So straight out of the box, the Samsung Galaxy Note 800 runs on Google's operating system Android 4.0.4 and it is skinned with Samsung's TouchWiz user interface. Now anyone who's ever used to Samsung's user interface will feel right at home. It feels very reminiscent to the Samsung Galaxy Tab 2, which is a 7-inch device. All the apps are listed seamlessly. You have all the widgets that are present. It's a very homely feeling that you have if you're used to a Samsung product and you're using this device. You have the same feeling right from the lock screen. You can swipe anywhere to unlock, and straight from the lock screen you also have quick access to a few apps like the browser and more. At the bottom of the screen you have the standard buttons which represent the back, home and the multitasking button. You can remove all the apps with one button, go to the task manager as well. There's another button present out here which will take screenshots. It's nice, it's nifty. You just tap on the button and a screenshot is taken for you. The user interface also gives you access to a nifty little dock. This dock basically gives you access to a bunch of apps right from the word go. You can access them seamlessly and just navigate straight from the dock rather than going into the app lister and then opening the apps. It's handy. You can list quite a few apps out here and you can edit the apps too as per your choice. Just like we saw on the original Samsung Galaxy Note, the Samsung Galaxy Note 800 has also brought with it the S Pen. The S Pen is basically a stylus that can be used for a variety of functionality and apps on the tablet. The minute you pull out the tablet, you can see a list of apps appear on the right hand side of the screen on the tablet. These apps are shortcuts to certain apps that use the stylus, and it's very quick to access them from here. The disadvantage is that these apps are constant and there is no way of editing this menu. So we have, for example, the S Note. It's quite a handy app where you can take notes, use your handwriting, take memos. It has a variety of functionality where it even recognizes your text. So with S Note you have a variety of preloaded skin options you can choose from. You can easily just take simple notes. You can have idea notes, you can have meeting notes, which also gives you pre-installed functions such as date, time, location, etc. You have a magazine format in which you could insert videos and photos. There are another number of formats that you can use. It's a pretty handy note-taking app and you can do a lot with the device. So let's show you some of its functionality. We have a simple document out here which is like a notepad and you can basically write whatever you want on it. If you like what you've written, you can save it. Otherwise, there is an eraser option that lets you erase the text that you have written and you can start afresh. Also recognizes your handwriting. So if you want to input some text while writing and convert it into text on the notepad, that too can be done. So no matter how bad your handwriting, the app picked it up and got it right. Photoshop app that can recognize the S Pen, and you can do a lot of funky editing on this app. The Photoshop app is really nice, and the tutorial here shows you how to add a tattoo to an image present. So we just make the image live. We can drag it to the respective location that we want, adjust the size. We can even rotate it to any angle that we want, make it look the way we like. And voila, we're done. We can also change the skin tone to suit the skin tone of the subject in the image and then save it. The app is very nice and you have a lot of cool functionalities with it. There are a variety of things you can do with the tablet, but the downside is that there are just a few preloaded apps that use the S Pen. There is very little you can do with the S Pen outside of the apps that are present on the tablet. There are, however, third-party apps expected to launch for the device in the near future that will take the S Pen to its fullest potential. Samsung has brought a very cool multi-screen feature to the Galaxy Note 800. This feature was first seen in the Galaxy S3 smartphone. It works well on the tablet. The multi-screen option is right there on the top right hand corner of the screen. Once you click it, you have the option to open a few apps simultaneously with an app that is open. For example, right here we have a browser open, we were browsing the internet and we would like to watch a video. So we can click on the video player and a video player opens simultaneously on the side. We can play a video and browse the net at the same time. So as you can see, we can browse the internet and keep watching the video at the same time. If at any point you want to close one of the videos, it's as simple as pressing the close button and the other app takes over completely. The disadvantage is that there are only a limited number of apps that work with the multi-screen function as of now, but Samsung is working along with third-party app developers so that this functionality can be available for more apps. If you see, when the two apps are open simultaneously, it gives you a very Windows 8 sort of a feel. The split screen of two apps working simultaneously is something that we've seen in Windows 8. It looks really good there and it looks good here as well. Now, if you're taking notes and you're watching videos at the same time, it's possible for you to put the video in a smaller screen so it plays continuously no matter what. You can use the video screen at any corner so you can keep enjoying your movie, your video, whatever you're watching, and keep working on your documents at the same time. Now, while working on your documents, if you would like to do some other work, you go back to the multi-screen menu and you can open your browser, for example. You have your browser open, you have S Notes open, and you can drag your video, place it anywhere on the screen and keep working. For the most part, this works well because the video is playing thanks to the GPU, the RAM is good enough so that the interface works smoothly. You can have two apps, but switching between the apps is something that sometimes is a bit laggy. As you can see, now that I'm on the browser, the S Note is open on the side. By the time I start using S Note, it takes a bit of time for the recognition to happen when the app changes. This is something that disappointed us a little bit considering the device has got enough RAM to access both the apps simultaneously. Nonetheless, the fact that you can use two apps simultaneously right next to each other is very nice, even though it is currently limited to a certain number of apps. Pun intended, the Samsung Galaxy Note 800 looks like the love child of the original Samsung Galaxy Note and the Galaxy Tab 10.1. As a tablet, it works well. The hardware under the hood is very powerful, and you have the S Pen with a few built-in apps that works nicely. To its disadvantage, its build quality isn't the best, and we would have liked to see the screen resolution bumped up so that this device could take on the iPad 3 at the least. For 40,000 rupees, the device is nice, but at the same price, you can get the third generation iPad. If you pay rupees 10,000 more, you can get the Asus Transformer Prime with the keyboard dock that also acts as a battery backup. But do remember that this device has 2 GB of RAM, which is the highest we've seen on a tablet till date. Its functionality is nice, but the biggest disadvantage of the tablet is its plasticky feel and low build quality.